Hey guys, Core Ross and Rainbow Six News Roundup. Today we'll round up all the Rainbow Six news over the last week or so. Now to begin with, we're going to start with some really bad news of the worst kind, and that is the passing of Iceycats. You may know him as a YouTuber who covered Rainbow Six Siege, and he was also part of focus groups for the game before it was even released, so he's actually part of the late part of the development as well, kind of helping to give feedback. So he has unfortunately passed due to suicide. And his friend has a post up on Rainbow Six Radio where he announces this, and it's a really well written post. If you want to go read it, there'll be a link in the description below. Yeah, kind of sucks. I'm not sure what to say, but I'm going to leave you with a story on Iceycat. And it was from years ago. So me and Iceycat, of course, have communicated a little bit in here and there, as we've obviously covered the same kind of content at times. But I remember one time specifically, we were talking about the potential of an outbreak mode that was coming, the zombie mode. And we were thinking, is this real? A zombie mode for Rainbow Six Siege doesn't seem very likely. And Icecat was like, this might actually be my fault, as he detailed how some of his feedback was actually, and this was only a small part of his feedback, he gave a lot, of course, but one of them was, what about a zombie mode? Instead of this terrorist one, because he didn't think the terrorist one was too great. So he's like, what about like a zombie mode or something like that? And he actually made up like artwork and stuff to show off his ideas of what he would potentially do as a zombie mode. And I don't know if that then, of course, sparked something in a developer that ended up being Outbreak, or if it was not even connected at all. But certainly, it was funny conversation we were having about this mode that was rumored to be coming out, and how it might have been Iceycat's idea that sparked it. And of course, that idea may have now sparked off to a spin off with Rainbow Six Quarantine, which will probably come out later this year. So, yeah, Iceycat's gone, but maybe with Rainbow Six Siege in the future, maybe we'll see a bit of him in that game due to it potentially being sparked by him way back then, years ago. And of course, if you learned something from Iceycat's content over the years, let me know in the comments below. Let's move on to something else. Let's talk cosmetics. We've got the Pro League bundles. They're now out. Now, there's something a bit weird about these bundles. So, of course, they're the usual black, gold, and white outfits, and they're coming out for the older operators this time. None of the newer ones, which is actually a bit interesting. However, something more interesting is the fact that the article launched alongside them said that it's the last Pro League bundles. Now, at first I thought maybe this is a typo. Maybe it's supposed to say latest Pro League bundles, but it's not been fixed. So I'm kind of assuming maybe it's actually correct. And these are the last Pro League bundles. Because if you think about it, next season we get one operator. Season after that we get one operator. Is it getting to a point where they decide to not do these bundles anymore? If that's the case, I'd actually be really shocked. Now, I do expect them still to come up with operators, but maybe it's going to get to the point where it's maybe one or two of these cosmetic bundles per season instead of actually bringing out, 4 of them as a big bundle. Maybe it's going to be just one, maybe two, or maybe they really are going away. But anyway, moving on from that, we have the most exciting of subjects, which is servers. So there's been a fix going up onto the EU servers, because apparently for some time there was some major connection issues which may have looked like DDoS attacks, and they've gone and fixed it. Now, they also did a renowned boost for worldwide from the 25th to the 29th, so by tomorrow it'll be over for the boost. But definitely good news. Also, I did a video on the DDoSing subject as well, a more updated one with all the stats we have currently from Ubisoft. And it's also very interesting for me because I get like daily comments on that video right now, and it's amazing to see every day when someone's having issues, what platform they're on, everything like that. And it's kind of interesting to see my own data coming in from that kind of thing. Even though I'll never use it for anything, it is kind of interesting to see how other people are coping with different connection issues in the game right now. And hopefully this is a sign that things are getting better, but we'll have to wait and see if it actually improves overall. Now, the last news we'll end on is that of patch notes and the next patch to Operation Steel Wave, which brings in the promised nerf to Melusi. This was announced with the release of the new season, but it's taken them until this patch to actually implement it. Now, it's on the test server, so I don't know when it's actually going to launch, but it won't take particularly too long. I've made a video on this subject, but also Rogue9's done a really good video as well. So you want to watch either of them, you'll get really good information, or of course watch both of them. And yeah, this is a little patch, but there is a lot of bug fixes, which is great. And like I say, a little bit of balancing for Melusi and tiny bit for Ace and Habana as well. So certainly make use of Melusi right now in her most powerful form, because undoubtedly she will never be as powerful as she is now. From here on out, she's going to get weaker. And I'm also expecting Ace will probably get a little bit of balancing in the future as well. But I also enjoy the more old school launch of these operators because they've come in quite powerful, whereas a lot of the more current operators have come in underpowered or just balanced right from the get-go. Whereas these ones actually came in just a touch overpowered, not like super OP or anything like that, just pretty damn good. And that's actually been quite exciting to me because it's kind of more old school for these ops, and they of course are going to get balanced, but still, I thought it was kind of cool. Anyway guys, that's the end of the news roundup, and of course I think we'll just end by remembering Iceycat and what he brought to us. So thanks very much for watching guys, and I'll catch you next time.